So you finally say no to that demand. Another conversation you just don't have the energy for. The wedding that you cannot be an be. The contribution that you don't want to be a part to. You say no. Good. I'm proud of you. And for a moment you feel relieved. You're at peace with yourself. It took a lot to get to this point. To decide no. This is disrespect. This is a boundary I have to set. And it's a healthy boundary, so I'm setting it. Soon enough, the guilt comes back. Maybe it was something they said or they didn't say. Maybe it was the reaction they gave. Maybe it was all you. You start thinking in your head, how will she feel? Did I hurt him? I don't think I'm wicked. They'll think I'm a greedy person. So what do? You remedy it. You go back and take back your boundary to pacify them. Because their discomfort felt more important than your peace. Come closer, let's talk. One of the biggest misconceptions that I've seen people hold about boundaries is that they think that setting the boundary is the hard part. Sorry to burst your bubble, but not really. Most likely, you already know what you're uncomfortable with. Whether it's with your partner, your parents, your friends, your sibling, you already know the thing that they're doing that you're not comfortable with. Maybe it's the way they talk to you, the disrespect, the way they invite you over to their plans, last minutes, the way they take decisions that affect you without consulting you, the way they just dump things on you. It can be anything. That's not necessarily the hard part as people think. The hard part is the point where you know, okay, so this is the thing that I'm not comfortable with. This is the boundary that I want to set. So you do you, but this is how I choose to react. You want me to be able to support you in this regard, then you have to inform me early enough and give me time to make my decision. If you don't do that, well, this is how I'm going to react. Or you want me to be a part of your Ashwebi. I love you and I want to be a part of it, but if this is above my budget or above what I can afford, you do you. I will be there to support you or celebrate you in the way that I can, but maybe not in the capacity that you are expecting. That's boundaries. This is how I choose to react to protect myself, my peace, my space, my finances, anything and everything. So you get the point. Now, that is sorted. The hardest part is now here. Following through with that boundary that you have set, even when the other person doesn't like it. Maybe they're not comfortable with it. Maybe they get upset about it. Maybe they are hurt by it. That's the hard part. So today I'm going to give you a simple framework that you can actually remember and is going to help you communicate your boundaries and to actually follow through in the face of resistance. Just go and type thank you. You already know this is going to be what it's, right? So yeah, just gonna say thank you. So this framework is called CAN. C-A-N. Simple, right? The C stands for clarity. A lot of women know that they are resentful, exhausted, frustrated, disrespected. You know what you're feeling. But the challenge most times, you have not stopped to ask yourself, why? Why am I feeling this way? Resentment is oftentimes a symptom. It's supposed to be a clue that informs you that a boundary is missing, or it has been missing for a very long time. Maybe it's the expectation that you're always available. So they go ahead to make plans on your account. They take decisions that will need your contribution without informing you. Maybe it's someone speaking to you disrespectfully and then excusing it as honesty. Oh, I'm just an honest person. I'm just like that. That's how you talk. And you talk to me anyhow. Maybe it's the assumption that because you are capable, you will carry everybody else's responsibilities. I'm just giving random examples. You can be experiencing all of these things, but it would still be difficult for you to set that boundary because you don't know exactly what you're protecting. You cannot protect a line that you have not drawn. So before you tell somebody, you have to have that conversation with yourself first and ask, what keeps happening that keeps me emotionally drained, physically exhausted, financially drained? You need to know, what am I trying to protect? My peace, my emotions, my space, my finances, my integrity, my time? And why do I keep saying yes when I want to say no? Clarity doesn't begin because of what you see, right? It begins because of what you're willing to admit to yourself. And until you understand what you're trying to protect, you would not understand the depths of that boundary that you're trying to put in place, that you need to enforce. So figure it out first. Be clear with yourself before communicating that boundary to the people around you. The second alphabet in the framework is A, and A stands for allowing them have their reactions. This is the breaking point for most boundaries, because now you finally said, no, I'm not available, I can't do that for you, and they don't like it. And then you start hearing things like, oh, you've changed, you're no longer dependable. You might even get hit with the silent treatment, because some people will walk away from you, some people will not love you the way they used to or treat you the way they used to. So they will accuse you of being selfish or wicked. And before you know it, you throw your boundaries through the window and you're trying to fix their emotions. In fact, you literally just go back and do what they want. You are working harder at managing their emotions than protecting your own. But I want you to know that you can care about them without carrying their feelings. So because someone is disappointed in you does not automatically mean that your boundary is wrong. And for some women, if not most, boundaries don't feel wrong because they are wrong. They feel wrong because we've been conditioned. We've been taught that love means being always available, always agreeing, that being a good woman means making sure everybody is okay before you are allowed to be okay. And I talked about that in this video I'm going to be putting up here. I'm even going to drop the link in the description, so after now you can go and watch that video. Their emotional responsibility was never yours to carry. So whenever you catch yourself asking, what would they think? What would they say? How would they feel? And all of those questions, before you decide what they think, pause and ask yourself, what do I think? Whose voice am I protecting? Theirs or my fear of disappointing them? Because one thing is clear, your boundary belongs to you. Their reactions belongs to them. As long as you are sure that this boundary you're enforcing is healthy, it's not unhealthy. If you don't know how to decide on which is healthy and unhealthy, then just go and watch this video here. I'm going to add it again. As long as you're sure that the boundary you're enforcing is healthy, then that is all the assurance you need to allow them have feelings. Now, the third and the last alphabet in this framework is N. No need to over-explain. Some of us communicate boundaries like we're standing in a courtroom having to prove a case. We explain, then we justify, then we defend, then we explain again, especially with the people that we love. And we do this because secretly we are hoping that if we're explaining enough, maybe they won't be hurt, maybe they will understand me, maybe they will see my point of view. But another reason why we do this is because we are trying to control the outcome. We are trying to make the boundary as painless as possible. So we're trying to explain everything so everybody understands and like we're on the same page. Like you see, like this is what I mean. But the truth is, a healthy boundary doesn't require everybody's approval. Sometimes it sounds like, no, that doesn't work for me. I can't do that. I'm not available. I'm not comfortable with that. And that is a complete sentence. Because the more you defend your boundaries, the more you give room for negotiations and debates. And make up your mind, because your boundary is not just something that you say, it's something that you are prepared to keep. And if somebody ignores your boundary, you should be ready to stand up to the occasion and protect your boundary, defend your boundary. Otherwise, it's not a boundary, it's just a suggestion. But I want you to leave with one final thought. You see, the people that benefit from your lack of boundaries, no matter how you do it in love and all, they would still push back. That doesn't automatically mean that you're being selfish or that your boundary is wrong. Sometimes it simply means that this relationship has to adjust to a healthier reality. Because boundaries aren't walls, they are gates. A wall keeps everybody out. A gate allows people in with wisdom, respect, and mutual responsibility. You still get to love the people that you love, support them, serve them. You still get to be generous to them. But you're no longer responsible for carrying their responsibilities or their burdens because it's not yours to carry. You know your limits and you work within your limits in order to protect yourself. That is the number one reason why you set the boundary in the first place. If this video spoke to you, then you will love it here, because in this space, we lay down false responsibilities, fear, guilt, worry, blame, and all those expectations that leaves you emotionally drained and exhausted. So if that sounds like the journey that you're ready to begin, then subscribe. Be committed to yourself. Go back and watch all of the videos on this channel. Watch them to the very end and follow through. And you will be amazed at the changes that you'll see. I'll see you in the next video.